Hello, children. Today we are going to study a beautiful poem by James Kirkup, and the name of the poem is No Men Are Foreign. Something about the poet. James Kirkup was a prolific English poet, translator, and a travel writer. He wrote over 30 books, including autobiographies, novels, and plays. He became a Fellow of the Royal Society in Literature in 1962. So, No Men Are Foreign by James Kirkup. Let's go to the explanation part. It begins with the theme of the poem. The poem No Men Are Foreign by James Kirkup states that no man is foreign or strange, and we should not regard anyone as foreign or strange. No man is foreign or strange, and we should not regard them as foreign and strange. The poem revolves around the idea that all the men on this earth are equal. We belong to different countries, different religions, different communities, different gender. But the common thing we all possess is the same land, the same flesh, the same body, and the same blood. Though they are separated by boundaries, as I said, there is no difference between men or different nations. Let us go to the first stanza and read the first stanza. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like us, the land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, and we all shall lie. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by wars long, winter starved. Do you know how so many things the poet has started with in the first stanza? He says, let us remove all the borders from the earth, which have been erected to separate different countries. Then only no country will be foreign. We will feel like every country as our own land. And when there will be no borders, everyone will be free to move around. The poet wants to say that the entire earth is one, and all the people who live on this earth belong to the same human race. Some of us may be wearing dresses depending on the culture of the particular countries. But one line here it is mentioned that beneath all the uniforms, whatever dress we wear, whether we wear casuals, we wear formals, we wear sari, we wear jeans, we wear shorts, we wear dhoti, whatever XYZ, a single body breathes under or inside or beneath, whatever you say, that the body is same, the blood is same, the flesh is same. The human being is the same. God has made all of us in a similar way. All breathe in the same way. Then he says that all the soldiers are our brothers. We all walk upon the same Mother Earth, and upon our death shall lie in the grave in the same earth. Last few lines. If you connect it with the situation of India and China at present, it is so true. We only wear different design of the soldiers wear different design or different colors or whatever you say, different fabric, different material of uniforms. But the thing that lies beneath their uniforms is the same body and the same flesh and the same blood. If any one of them is hurt, the same amount of blood and the same color of blood is going to come out. So if we believe that we all are same. There is no need of boundary, there is no need of war, there is no need of face off wars, there is no need of any contract, any removal of apps. Means all these things are just materialistic, because when we die upon the same mother earth, our body is going to be buried, our body is going to decay in the same form as the body of, or the people, a body of other peoples of other countries. So this is all about stanza 1. Let us go to stanza 2. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read, a labor not different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake, or sleep and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Here, the poet says that, first of all, this word they or there refers to the people who belong to other countries. All right, we call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet says that nature has not made the boundaries, and nature has given same amount of freedom to each and every one. Everybody gets sunlight, everybody gets water, and equal amount of air, which means that God does not differentiate between people and different countries. Then who are we to do that? We all do farming during the time of peace when there is no war. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by nature. Further, he adds that the way we starve during wars, it is actually, of this stanza only. During wars and winter time is the same for those belonging to other countries. Even they don't get food at that time. So he wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. We all feel the same pain. We all feel the same hunger. We all feel the same fun or the same happiness when we see our crops flourishing. And then the poet says that even their hands are same as ours. They work very hard just like we do. Here it says, all right, that their hands are ours, and in their lines we read. The same kind of lines can be seen, can be read in their hands if they work too much. He is giving all these examples to convey to the reader that there is no difference in us and the people belonging to another country. Then the poet says, remember, they have eyes like ours that wake, or sleep and strength that can be won. Means even they have got eyes. When they sleep, they close their eyes. When they are awake, they open their eyes. They can win each and every situation with the strength like we do. Even we sleep in that same manner. We win if we are powerful. So it is not something different they possess or something unique we have that we cannot compare or we cannot relate. It is all same. He says, by love in every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Now he says, whom we think to be our enemies, they have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. God has given them same eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, he has given them same strength, which we can win through love. The strength with which they defeat us, or with which they kill us, or they hurt us, the same strength we have got in the form of love, which we can use to win their strength. Then he says that in every country, in every land, and in every place, there is one common thing, that is life. Life means all the things that are living. And if we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. Next, stanza 4 begins from here. Let us remember when we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall disposes, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other is taking arms against one of the humans who is also living on this earth. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of the fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. The poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive our own selves. We cheat ourselves and we condemn ourselves. He says that we should stay away from such negativity. If I say, just hate China, why? Why shall I hate China? Why shall I hate Pakistan? The system is wrong over here, the customs are wrong over here, the rules are wrong, the mentality is wrong. Humans are not wrong. The thoughts of those negative people are wrong, which is actually converting and bringing such destructive situations in our country and in their country as well. He says that we should stay away from such negativity, we should stay away from such mentality and such bad thoughts. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must bear the loss. If war happens, children, people will die on that side and people will die in our side, in both the sides. Blood stain will be found everywhere. A mother will lose her son, a wife will lose her husband, a child will lose his or her father. Similarly, the same situation will be on the other part as well. Then why to fight? Then why this war to happen? Oh God, never ever we see such kind of situation. Then he says, we should keep in mind that whenever we pick weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty, because weapons will kill people and their bodies will fall on the earth and make it dirty. Whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and it will make the earth impure. The fire of war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air is so dirty that it pollutes and outrages the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wants to give us a message, a single message, that we should not indulge in war and remember that no men are foreign and no countries strange. Summary of the poem as I have explained. Now let us go to a few figures of speech in this poem. I'm in love with this poem. Thank you so much, James Kirkup, for and the time and to the syllabus, that at this point of time when there is so much negativity all around, when I come across this poem, I'll be the first person to stand up and say, like I will be the first person to just interrupt in between and just make things very clear that whatever happens, loss is going to be jellified or will be accepted or will be faced by the people from both the sides. So just shut up and never ever support war anytime, anywhere. Yes, I do not support. Now let us go to the figures of speech. A few figures of speech or the poetic devices used in this poem are alliteration. Example is there is a line, body breathes sleep strength. So usage of consonant sound in the same line twice or more than two times, the figure of speech is called alliteration. Next, metaphor. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Now, metaphor is like one of the figures of speeches over here, and its meaning is a word or a phrase, which is applied to an object or action, and to which it is not literally applicable. Like when we connect with an object and we show the similarity, it is called metaphor. All right. Like beneath all uniforms, this line is like, it is a metaphor because it is connecting, it is actually showing or telling us something which doesn't happen. A body doesn't breathe. All right. A human breathes. So here this body has been linked with human, and is showing as if, means it is just a game of words the poet has played over here. So when very simple meaning, when an object or action in a way is connected and it describes something which is not literally true. One more example I can give: the assignment was a breeze. The assignment cannot be breeze. It is just like a person is playing with words. So here metaphor is used. Next you can see is repetition of words, like remember. So remember, many times it has been used in the poem. So repetition of a word again and again when you see, so the figure of speech is called metaphor. So with this, I come to the end of the explanation part, and through this picture, I want or I request and I demand to spread universal brotherhood everywhere. Take care of yourself, children. Oppose negativity. Stay away from negative people. Be happy. Be successful. God bless.